Hey you guys, it's Royal Elizabeth. I'm back with another video and this is a hair vlog. Let's get into it. This is quick and easy passion twist for beginners because this is my first time doing this, and honey, I laid that. So if you want to do this and actually charge people, watch this video right now. Thanks. Okay, so let's get into it. So basically, she just washed her hair and she just let it air dry. This is how bushy it was. I had some rubber bands, I had some jam, I had a lay down brush, and I also had some hair oil, and I did have a comb, of course, so I can get these parts together. I put some oil on her hair, of course, and then I went on and was like, let me just go ahead and get my parts together. So I'm not a professional, so I went on and started doing my parts because I just wanted everything to be nice and clean. So I was just like, let me just go ahead and get my parts together, make sure everything looks good. So that's what I did first. Then after that, I did put gel on her hair. Then I put rubber bands. You'll see in a few seconds. So I parted her hair, made sure the part was nice and clean and matched up with the last part that I had on the bottom row. Added some gel so it can be nice and slick. And then I got my lay down brush and I just made sure that the gel wasn't like all caked up at her roots. And then put the rubber band on. And I did that the whole back of her head before I even started putting in the hair, the extra false hair. Honey, crisp and squeaky clean, okay? Don't play with me. So for her whole head, I did use 3 packs of this. So I would get probably 4 to 3 packs. So now let's get into the hard part. So basically, I added the hair. Please go to 6 minutes of this video because I don't know why I did not show how I started it. So basically, I pull the hair apart and then I start braiding it. Please go to 6 minutes. I am so sorry. Like, this is just like real ghetto, but basically you're gonna braid the false hair into her hair, into your patient's hair. Not me talking like a nurse, but then once you finish braiding the hair into her actual hair, then that's when you're gonna start twisting. And then it's like, oh girl, you're passion twisting this. Okay, so yeah, you're just gonna twist, twist, twist. Now, so the reason why I'm adding extra pieces, okay, so this is me having it just spread apart. I pulled it apart, and now I'm just adding some extra pieces because I did not like the way how I could see my sister's scalp still. Like, I'm like, why does this look so thin? Let me just add a few extra pieces. So what I did was I pulled it apart. Go to 6 minutes if you're confused because I'll show you how I pulled the hair apart. But basically, I pulled the hair apart and then I just attached it to a braid that I already had. So as you can see, I'm like 3-way in this braid now. So I'm braiding it, and then I'm like, okay, there goes my original braid with my original passion twist. Now I'm just adding a second passion twist beside it because I just want it to look more full. So if your patient has thin hair or you can see her parts and it just looks real thin, like, just do this. This is just if her hair is thin and you need to add some little like whoop-de-whoop, make it look nice and thick and full. This is how you're going to make it look more fuller. Now, if your patient's hair is already thick, you can't see the parts and it already looks full, then don't do this. You don't want her hair to be looking like too thick. But I just wanted to add just a few more pieces to her hair so it could be nice and full but not too full. Now let's get to the front. I did something different. I'm like, oh my gosh, we need to like do something different. Why we want to look like everybody else? So basically I was like, let's just rubber band the front and then passion twist it. And plus it saves time too. But I just thought it would be so much cuter. So she was like, yeah, do whatever you want to do. So I'm like, okay, let me just do whatever I want to do. So this is just me. In the front, I had 2 rows of just rubber bands. You know what would have been so cute if they were like colored rubber bands? But she's grown. That's probably for a child if you want to do colored rubber bands. But I just did black rubber bands. And the first 2 rows are just rubber band, and then I'm going to twist it up, and it just looks so much cuter, and it's not like too much because my sister has a little head. So if she had passion twist all the way to the front, I don't know if it would look as great with just the rubber bands and just the passion twist in the back, and it just looks more natural on her. So you're going to do 2 rubber bands, and then you're just going to attach that first ponytail to the second one. And then that's it. So cute. So now that I finished the rubber bands in the front, and I did leave out a little bit of baby hairs. My sister don't know how to do her baby hair, so I just left out just a little bit because, girl, you have to have baby hairs. I love baby hairs, but some people just don't know what they're doing. But I left a little something so she could just add a little edge control. But basically, I'm done with my parts. I'm adding gel to the hair. I'm pulling the hair apart, as I stated in the beginning of the video. You're just going to pull it apart. Once you pull it apart, then you're just going to braid it like you've been, even in the back of the hair. You're just going to braid it just like you was before. So I braided just enough, and then I started twisting her hair. I did add a little bit more gel to it because I was like, okay, I do not want this to mess up. I want this to last. So I started twisting it really, really tight. Now the bottom of her hair, I did twist as tight because we want it nice and full and fluffy. But for this part, since her hair was kind of thick, this was the top of her head, I did twist it a little bit tight because I want it to last. And that's really it. That's all to it. Okay, and I just wanted to show another example. So you just put the gel on there. You're going to split your hair apart, and then you're just going to braid it at the top like you've been doing, and then you're going to start twisting it. Okay, so I did cut a little bit because it was like kind of uneven, and you might just need to cut yours too. So make sure it's somewhat even. You don't want long pieces and then short pieces. So I did cut a little bit just so it can be nice and even for my girl. Look how bouncy that is. And this is the final results of what I did. And it's just crazy because I was like, wow, this actually really looks good. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, do all the things you need to do. Mwah!